Welcome back to Inside the Gamma Way. And my name is Douglas Goff, and let's go over the deal of the day. Today, we're looking for one bedrooms under $1,000 with a supplied washer dryer that are offering at least 6 weeks of free rent. Some actually are offering 12 weeks. That's 3 months of free rent. So let's just run the numbers so we see where we're at and decide whether it's a good deal or not. And then we're going to take a look at the property. So if we look in the month of June, we can see that the median rental rate was about $2,200. The average lease rate was $2,548. Right now, this is comprising for all of the greater Austin metropolitan area. You can see over here all the areas that it's covering. So if we come in and take a gander and just look at Travis, Williamson, and Hayes counties, let's see if it's changed the number. It's still thinking. Okay, so pretty much about the same, 2250 and then 2578, and this is in regards to the houses, condos, duplexes, condos, townhomes, and these are all of the private owners. We're going to be focusing in now. The private owners do not give look and lease specials, but the apartment communities do. So in these trying times of uncertainty, and people are looking after their money and wanting to stay under $1,000 a month, and we want to have a bedroom, not a studio, that's what we're focused on today. If we look at the most recent activity, we've got July 14th, again, in and around the Austin and Round Rock, the greater Austin metropolitan area. We're at about $22.95 for a median lease. And then your average price per square foot is around $1.53. So don't forget that number right there. And now let's take a gander at what we actually have. If we start off here on this one bedroom, let's see, what do we got going right here? This was built in 2001, but it was renovated in 2023. What are they offering? They're offering 100% rent off of 2 months lease on a 12-month lease or longer. And this one is about 690 square feet. And the average one bedroom in Austin is about 620 square feet. Oh, my goodness, that's a studio. Excuse me. Let's go to the one bedroom, 775 square feet with a supplied washer dryer. And it's available right now. Let's take a look at the floor plan. So we can see inside here, you got a nice sized living room, you got a bedroom over here, bathroom, kitchen. You know, their floor plan isn't pretty, but it gives you a good idea of what's happening. Let's take a look at their renovations and see how it looks. Ah, nice. Not bad at all. Oh, okay, good. You got high ceilings. High ceilings are good. It doesn't look like there's any carpeting. Let's see if there's carpeting inside the floors. You've got stainless steel appliances. Looks like they've got quartz or granite on the top. Oh, there's a nice little cut through. So you've got a dining area, but you could also belly up to the bar. You have a fireplace. Gonna say that these are probably maybe 9-foot ceilings, maybe. Could be 8 foot. There's your supplied washer dryer. And this is what it looks like without. So, hey, let's just take a look at what our numbers are. And first, let's look at some of the other amenities. Now, on this, what I'm doing is I've already gone through most of these, and I've picked out what I consider to be probably the best values for under $1,000. But if you want, you can go into the description below. Please like and subscribe. And then the link will be there to where you can look on your own. And if you do want to customize your own search and you are interested in houses, condos, duplexes, the private owner, interested in buying, you can always go to my website at celebrateaustinrealty.com, celebrateaustinrealty.com. This search tool, the buy button is for existing homes, private rentals, or the houses, condos, and duplexes that are available for rent. The apartment communities is what I'm working on right now. So the site will be similar to what you see. And if you're interested in new construction, this is geared specifically for new construction. Back to task at hand. Okay, package services, smoke-free property. What other items do they have? Oh, gas appliances. So I know that I prefer gas to cook with, so that might be important to you. You got a clubhouse, dog walk park, you've got your swimming pool, the alarm system, ceiling fans, garden tubs, and a nice pantry, which is good. And you've got a patio balcony. Okay, not bad at all. What is it? Do you come on in? What are their fees? $200 admin fee. Now, if you go and choose the 6-month lease, you're not going to be getting the 2 months rent free. You have to have a 3 months rent. Their pet fee, so $25 pet rent, non-refundable fee of about $400. Fairly standard. That's usually $250 to $300, so slightly higher on that one, but there are no breed restrictions, no weight limits, but they do require an interview for those of you that have pets. Now, let's take a gander. And if you wanted to see where it's located, this one is located right up in Pflugerville. And so let's take a gander right here. What are my rents? Okay, so let's run the numbers. At 775 square feet, you've got a 12-month lease. You get the first 2 months rent free. Let's understand the difference between your rental rate and your effective rate. The rental rate is what's going to be reflected on your lease. The effective rate's what's coming out of your pocket. And this is what we're going to figure out. So $1,000 a month is the rent. We're going to multiply that times 2. That's $2,000 and divide by 12. That's $166. So if we take that $1,000 rent minus $166, that means that your rent is actually $834 a month. And then you figure you've got water, pest, trash, electric, internet, gas, renter's insurance, all of the other stuff. So you're probably somewhere around about $1,100 all in, maybe $1,050. Which is still pretty good for Austin, but that's 775 square feet. That's a big bedroom. So if your rent is $834, let's divide by the square footage of the 775 square feet. That's $1.07 per square foot. And what do we say was the average right now? It's at $1.53. So that means that let's divide by $1.53. It's about a 30% discount on fair market value. That's just one. There's one of the properties. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at this one. So inside here, what are they offering? 100% off rent for 2 months on a 12-month lease, other than concessions, up to 8 weeks. What do they have inside? This one definitely has, you've got your high-speed internet, which is important for all of us anymore, valet trash, controlled access packages, high ceilings, whereas that first property we're looking at, my suspicion is that it's going to be 8-foot ceilings, and usually 8-foot ceilings make you feel a little bit tighter, but the extra square footage probably compensates for that. You got a kitchen island, tile backsplash, wood floors. Didn't see any carpeting in the other one either. Dog walk park, fitness center, volleyball. Okay. Pretty standard on these things. Oh, they've got covered parking. It costs you an extra $50 a month, but and if you want to be in a garage lot, if you wanted a garage, so they do have a garage available. If you're looking for a man cave or you got a ton of stuff to storage, that may not be a bad way to go for $150 a month. Minimum lease term, again, is 3 months. They will do it for 3 months, but again, you will not get your 2 months rent free. That's part of, you won't get that package. Dog deposit $250, pet rent $20, non-refundable. Okay, so this is a little bit more. Yeah, you get that pretty much wherever you go. Okay, 726 square feet. That's available, 2 months rent. Again, this is probably going to be about the same. You're at about a 30% discount. So The other one was 775 square feet, and these are a little bit more. Let's take a look at their floor plans. Okay, so you can see over here, let's blow this up so you guys can see it a little bit better. Oh, so you've got a little patio outside as well. Okay, and what does this property look like? Let's take a look at these pictures. Okay, nice exterior. There's your garages. Not an elevator building, right? So if you're on the third floor, which I'm going to assume most of these units that have the 2 months off are going to be on the third floor. Oh, they do have crown molding. Makes the place look a little bit warmer. Okay, darker cabinetry, deep sinks inside there. There's your washer dryer. And you got a little patio on the outside. Okay, that's not bad at all. So again, on this one, oh, and I almost forgot to say, I love creating win-win situations, right? So any earned, as long as you put my name down on the lease and the guest card and the lease, when you sign the lease, I'm going to give you a cash rebate up to $500. It's anywhere from $250 to $500, depending upon any earned commissions that I may receive. I'm going to share about 20 to 30% of whatever I make. So that will help you cover your app and admin fees or any pet deposits that you may have. Why not? Let's create a win-win situation for everybody. If you want to find out more about that, just go ahead and give me a call. And again, after you like and subscribe, go ahead in the description below. I've got links to all of these and my phone numbers in there as well. I'm available 24/7, 365. Real estate, it may be a career, but it's more of a lifestyle. All right, and where was this one? Okay, so we're off in the Northwest, probably in the Anderson Mill area, getting closer to Steiner Ranch. So that's where we are, getting up into hill country, if that's something that you're interested in. Let's come down here and take a look at, where's the next one that we've got? So again, in and around the same neighborhood, in North Austin, a little bit more of the Northwest. What do we have here? First, let's take a quick gander on this one. Let's take a look at the pictures, and then we'll get into the details. This one looks to be a lot more modern, more newly built. Again, no elevators, so if you're on the third floor, be careful of that. Inside, this is their clubhouse, but great place for dog runs. Again, more clubhouse. Okay, here we go. Inside the units, no carpeting. Good. You got a patio. Nice. You're going to have marble. You've got your microwave. That's an electric, so gas cooking, galley style kitchen. Again, this looks like 8-foot ceilings. They could be 9, excuse me. You got the ceiling fans. That's good. I'll be able to tell you that in just a second. Let's take a look. And if we come on, so this was built in 96 and it was renovated in 2021. So I'm going to say that you're dealing with 8-foot ceilings and not the others. But look at the price. Here we go. Right? Let's see their floor plan. Okay, big. Little separate dining area, living area, computer, and so inside, that's a big bedroom. So you could set up a little office inside there. I would probably go and use this as my office space and do something else with that in and around there. Let's bring this back up so you can see what part of town we're in, where we just were a moment ago. And what do we got? So that's where we are there. So that's $991. Let's just call it $1,000 just to be simple. $991 to $997. But again, $744 a square foot, $1,000 a month minus that. So that's $10,000 a year, right? $1,000 a month times 12 months. Divided by 12, that puts you at $833. So at about $835 Again, you're right back there at those 30% discounts on 1 bedrooms right now. Not bad at all. And where are we at? We're at about 15 minutes. And what do we have? We got one. We have two more to go through. And then again, you can always go into my website, to the description below for these links if you would like. All right, let's come on here. Let's take a quick look at the overview of what's happening. What do we have? Okay, so we're getting in a little bit closer to Austin. In and around right off of 290, 183 area, just below Pflugerville. So you are inside Austin. You got your gate clubhouse. You're on a bus route, fitness center, swimming pool, ceiling fans, dishwasher, microwave, walk-in closets, good, and another patio and balcony. All right, and let's take a look at the floor plan, and then we'll look at the pictures in just a minute. Where are we at? So we are getting into Austin, 1 bedrooms. Okay, $699 a square foot. That's still a pretty good size. You're also getting the washer dryer. All right, let's blow this up a tad bit. See what their floor plan is. Nice little patio right here. Oh, some extra storage. That's good. You're going to have a fireplace, decent sized bedroom. There's your walk-in closet. So you got a nice area, and then it goes deep in the back. Again, separate dining area, galley-style kitchen. Let's take a look at the pictures here and see what it looks. Very nice setting. Again, right? Let's just double check on that one. Where we at on this one? Built in '86. So again, these are going to be 8-foot ceilings. Little clubhouse area. Okay. Carpeting. You do have carpeting inside here. Decent pool, but you are getting in much closer to Austin. And let's just take a look at what we were. We're at 870, so let's call that 900, 699 square feet. And what are they offering? 1.5 months rent. So 900 times 1.5. Your lease rate's going to be about $900 a month. That'll give you a $1,300 difference between 12. It needs to be a 12-month lease. So at $900 minus 112, your rent rate or your effective rate is at about $788 per month, divided by the $699 square foot. And again, $1.12 a square foot. Remember what our average price per square foot is? Was $1.53. That's 27%. You know, that's still a good deal. And let's take a look at where we at. Let's get down to this last one right here. And this will be the final one before we sign off. Again, 100%. Where is this located? I believe this is going to be in the south. Yep. So you're in and around Slaughter area. And so where are we at? 721 square feet at $1,000 a month with the washer dryer is supplied. Let's take a look at that. Oh, you got glass doors, good natural light with all of that heading in. That's not really, you've got some stuff for storage, but you can see the water heaters inside there. That's not bad. A big open kitchen instead of the galley style kitchen. You're walking straight in. Okay, it looks like it's not gas. It is electric. Good sized bathroom, single vanity, nice walk-in closet. Okay. And let's see. And we're at $1,000 a month. Let's see what other amenities they may have. High-speed internet, fiber optics, high ceilings. You're going to get back to those 9 and 10-foot ceilings. And that foot difference really makes a big it changes the feel of the place. Dog walk, park, pretty standards, patio, walk-in closet, refrigerator. That is all there. What does it look like on the property? These pictures, I guess, were taken 3 days ago. Nice pool. Okay, great. Good fitness center. And there you go. That's what you're looking like on the inside. And again, you're right back there at about somewhere between. So you've got a lot of choices right now for one bedrooms to where you can get them for about $835 a month. And again, if you would like, if you appreciate the content, please like and subscribe. And down in the description, there's also links to all of these different sites. Anytime you want to, you can go to my website, celebrateaustinrealty.com. Over here inside my search button, you've got the 4 different searches, all ad free. And I'm different from a lot of realtors. I'm not going to hound you. I'm not going to spam you. I'm here when you need me, right? Here's my mission statement. My mission is that I want to help you avoid pesky pitfalls and frequent frustrations. My value is I'm going to tell you what you need to know, not what you want to hear. And my goal is to earn your confidence and then get you home safely at the right time and price. Douglas Goff, opening doors for your lifestyle. Here when you need me. Make it a great day.